Hey everyone, it's the one and only magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm back at it with another Road to Survival video. And in today's Road to Survival video, I not only have one, but we're going to go over two character reviews. And we're also going to be going over the gray market, as we do have a month-long event. And not only is it any ordinary month-long event, it's the 9th anniversary of the Road to Survival. So this is probably going to be a pretty long, pretty lengthy video, because we have two sections of the gray market to go over, along with two character reviews. As you can see right here, we have the anniversary badge section and anniversary ticket section. So before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there and staying cool out there. And if any of you live in Florida or Georgia, South Carolina, just beware of Hurricane Debbie. That's definitely very, we're getting into the stretch of the hurricanes hitting Florida, like, pretty rapidly. So, yeah, just stay safe out there. Absolutely. And I'm doing good, and I'm staying safe for the most part. And I'm staying cool, and we're supposed to be getting some heavy rain from Debbie. I think later in the week, but I don't know how much yet. But it's supposed to be a lot. But we're not getting the worst of it. But as far as Virginia, that'll be the worst of it for us. So yeah, let's if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you want to share the video, you can do that as well. If you do any of those four things, that would be very much appreciated by me. And enough of me just delaying it any further. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Anniversary Sophia, Holiday Heroes. Her trait is alert. Her role is support. And her allegiance is a member of the Holiday Heroes. I have a bit of a beef with this. Exactly what is she celebrating? Are they trying to say the 9th anniversary of the Road to Survival is some spectacular holiday? Because that's a complete joke. But whatever, it is what it is. Let's continue. And let's take a look at her stats. Her attack stat is 37,390. Her defense is 29,912. And her HP is 26,173. Let's take a look at her specialists, or her adrenaline rush. First of all, her adrenaline rush. It's been a minute since I've done a character review, so just give me a minute. Okay, her adrenaline rush is Adaptive Assault. The recharge rate is 55 AP, so that's a little bit faster than most gold mythics. While battling on the offensive team, deal 1,200% damage to an enemy and stun one other enemy for 2 turns. While battling on the defensive team, deal 15% of this fighter's defense as damage to a line of enemies. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. I don't think her adrenaline rush is bad, but it's definitely odd because, you know, it's nice because while on the offensive team, she's dealing 1200% damage to an enemy and stunning one other enemy for 2 turns. Honestly, is anybody realistically going to use her for defense? I mean, I don't know. I just got into the kit. Let's wait and see before I make a further judgment on that. But the fact that she's doing 1200% damage to an enemy, that's actually quite nice. And the fact that she's also stunning one other enemy for 2 turns, that's going to be quite nice as well. It might be a little early to call it, but I believe that Anniversary Sophia might be a better version of Lily Cole. Lily Cole, she was absolute dog shit. She was disappointing. Maybe Anniversary Sophia will be too, but I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm just not gonna count my chickens yet. We'll see. The amount of damage she's doing to a single enemy, I mean, it's nice. I would have preferred her to do multi-hits, but she could still be pretty good. The defensive part, I don't know, I'm scratching my head right now, but maybe we'll get back to it, but let's move on to the signature move. Versatile Shot. The initial cooldown is turn 1. 2 turns for the cooldown. Number of uses unlimited. This fighter gets Guardian Shield while battling on the offensive team. Deal 600% damage to a line of enemies, plus 600% if the primary target is of the medic role. While battling on the defensive team, deal 20% of this fighter's defense as damage to an enemy. You know what? I noticed she has a new specialist skill. We'll talk about it. Again, I'm wondering if she's going to get Guardian Shield regardless if you're going to use her on offense or defense. But could the potential be there for her to be used on defense? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, her, you know, if you have her on the offensive team, dealing 600% damage to a line of enemies, plus another 600% if the primary target is of the medic role, that's going to be really nice because you very likely could have a Noor or a Vance on a line, or a Noor and a Sebastian Milton in the same line. I've seen that combinations. I've seen all kinds of different combinations as far as Noor and another really annoying defensive tanky tune. So if you are targeting Noor, that extra 600, so 1200% damage is going to be, it's going to be pretty good. So, and then her defensive, on the defensive team, she would deal 20% of her defense as damage to an enemy. I don't have any, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of like flippy floppy with that right now. But maybe there's something else in her kit that we'll see. Let's take a look at her mythic abilities. Cunning. When attacking or being attacked, 30% less likely to trigger enemy weapon effects and walker effects. So, obviously, with any other event, you know, month-long event character, they require you to level up all of the mythic abilities if you go for said tune, so I would go ahead and level Cunning up, as you should be doing that with all of your support tunes anyway. Plus, you'll get those, what was it, the tokens, the 9th anniversary tokens, I believe it is, or badges. We'll take a look and see what it is. But, yeah, I would go ahead and level that one up. Love at Last. At the start of each wave, 100% chance this fighter and Anniversary Carl, if he's on the team, heal for 50% of their max HP for the rest of combat. So, if you wanted to make Anniversary Sophia defensive, this could be a reason why, because like it says, at the start of each wave, a 100% chance that Anniversary Sophia and Anniversary Carl, which I will do a character review on him. I'm going to do it separately because he's not a part of this event. So that'll be coming. Scopely, they got me busy, so technically I'm doing 2 character reviews in this video plus another one. But I'm in no hurry to get to that one, but it'll be coming within the week. That's a guarantee, unless something happens. But anyway, so if Anniversary Sophia and Carl, but I wonder if it's just Sophia, it probably just counts for only her, they or she will heal for 50% of their max HP for the rest of combat. That's going to be quite nice, especially considering that, you know, HP is her lower stat, but if you make her real tanky, you could get that HP up. So, depending on what kind of leader you put her behind, all that good stuff, and whatever mods you equipped her with, that's going to be a really good one, so I think I would level it up. Lived experience, 10% max HP, 20% defense, 20% attack. Okay, so this is very simple. So she'll get 10% more HP added to her stat, 20% more defense, and 20% more attack. So, you know, if you level that one up, you could see which one is going to be higher, which it looks like the attack stat will ultimately be higher. But if you want to make her defensive, you could go that route. But I have a hard time seeing a lot of people use Sophia for defense, but I don't know, we'll see. Unwavering Will, 100% defensive down resistance, 100% attack down resistance. Again, you know, these could be used very, you know, I wonder how, like, it doesn't say really how long the resistance is for. That's the only thing I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't know if it's just for like one turn and then the resistances goes away, which, in that case, it's not as good, but you do need to level them up for the submissions a part of the event. So yeah, I would say level it up for that purpose. Yeah, let's get into this new specialist skill. Replicate. When performing their first move, the target's specialist skill gets copied onto this fighter for the rest of combat. So, you're telling me, if I'm reading this right, say if Anniversary Sophia targets Betsy Ross, a normalizer, you mean to tell me Anniversary Sophia is gonna now be a normalizer? If that is the case, or even Ghost for that example, so you mean to tell me if she was to attack a normalizer, she basically becomes a normalizer? And if she attacks Danny, who has cutthroat too, she's gonna get cutthroat too? Or if she attacks Luke, who I believe is a overhealer, she's gonna get that ability too, and she's gonna get like bonus HP. Is that how crazy we're talking? I mean, we'll have to wait and see how ridiculous this potentially could be, but for them to effectively made another normalizer without actually making a normalizer, that's kind of insane. But we'll see. It's definitely, it could be very interesting how this is going to work out. So let's take a look at Sophia's weapon. Anniversary Sophia's Cherished Colt Python. 45% attack, 45% HP, improved healing stun. When attacking, a 60% chance to stun the enemy and regain 25% HP for 2 turns. Improved ransack. Attack steal 3 positive effects from the enemy you hit. So, here you go. You know, I like the look of the weapon. 45% attack is good. If you want to go all in on the attack, it's there for that reason. If you want to make her a little bit more defensive, the HP is there for that purpose of making her stay alive a little bit longer. Plus, improved healing stun. Not when being hit, but when attacking. She's going to have a 60% chance to stun the enemy and regain 25% HP for 2 turns. Plus, improved ransack. Attack steal 3 positive effects from the enemy you hit. I gotta say, I really like her base weapon. I mean, I know there might be better depending on... I don't know, man. That improved ransack and the healing stun, or improved healing stun, man, that's actually pretty good. But did they put it on an average tune? No. That remains to be seen. Although that specialist skill could be quite interesting. We'll see. Wow, so, you know, if you want to go for attack on this tune, which I think most people probably will go for attack, go for 55% attack, and there you go. But if you want to go for defensive, I would level up that HP all the way and leave the 3rd and 4th slots alone. I mean, that's actually pretty good for an event tune. But my question is she going to be pretty average? But I don't know. That specialist skill kind of makes her interesting. And, you know, I believe she's going to be a hell of a lot better than Cesar Martinez. He sucked. He was like... he was absolutely dreadful. But anyway, so I like the artwork there, where it's Sophia, and that's Carl. Yeah, that's got to be Carl. And then I don't know who all them other people are in the background. Does that look like a whisperer in the back? Or no, maybe it's just the coloring of how that particular person looks. I don't know. But this has to be toward the very end of the comics, because, spoiler alert, Carl and Sophia died in the TV show. Sophia quite early on. Carl's was definitely very unexpected, thanks to Scott M. Gimple, that a-hole that made that decision. But kind of wish we could have gotten to see Carl make it all the way through, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. And, I mean, I enjoyed The Walking Dead for what it was, the TV show, but just imagine if Carl would have been there for those later seasons, especially seasons 9, 10, 11. I'm not saying he had to be involved in every single thing, but the things that he would have probably been involved with, it just would have elevated those moments a little bit further, in my opinion. And obviously they're celebrating the 9th anniversary of the crappy Road to Survival. I mean, that's not really a technical holiday, but Scopely being delusional as they are, they sure as hell are making it one, right? But anyway, I like the artwork, and you know, she's got the simple, just the dress and like the jean jacket on, and nothing too crazy about what she's wearing, and she could be an average toon, but however, that specialist skill could put her up, not at the top, but it could make her above, definitely above an average event toon for sure. Because who knows, we'll have to wait and see with Anniversary Sophia. So now let's move on to the second character review. Next up, we have Gold Mythic Mew. I don't know how you say that, but Mew Whisperers. His or her trait is fast. Their role is a damage dealer. And their allegiance is a member of the Whisperers. And let's take a look at their stats. Their attack stat is 34,586. Their defense is 28,043. And their HP is 30,847. Let's take a look at the Adrenaline Rush. Deadly Intervention. The recharge rate is 66 AP, so that's pretty much standard for most gold mythics. Remove defense up from an enemy. Deal 800% damage to that line of enemies. Plus 400% if there are at least 3 other Whisperer Allegiance teammates. Okay, on the team, I got you. I'm assuming that's what they're... Yeah, okay, so removing defense up, that can be a pretty good thing. That means you could potentially get an easier kill that way. Plus, Mew, I don't... Whoever... Mew is dealing 800% damage to that line of enemies. Plus... potentially another 400% if there are at least 3 Whisperers on the team. You know, him or her, and then 2 others. It could, see, it's kind of hard to identify. I mean, they could be a guy, but they could be a woman too. I don't know. Anyway, that's not a discussion for this, but anyway. This particular character potentially could be doing 800 and then plus another 400% if there are 3 Whisperer teammates total. So, I mean, nothing too crazy here, but it's not exactly that bad. I think it's okay, but we'll see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into the signature move. Shadow Strikes. The initial cooldown is turn 1. 1 turn for the cooldown, and number of uses unlimited. Remove camouflage and focus from 3 enemies other than the target. Attack the target for 300% damage, plus 1 attack for each other Whisperer's Allegiance teammate. This fighter gets camouflage for 2 turns. So, Mew, or me, however you say it, removing camouflage is... removing camouflage and focus from 3 enemies other than the target. Not bad. not bad at all. That's pretty good. And then plus they are attacking the target for 300% damage plus 1 attack for each Whisperer's teammate. So ideally you're going to want to surround Mew around the Whisperers to get the most attacks that way. Plus they are getting camouflage for 2 turns. Not bad. I could see Mew being a really... I could see them being a help on probably the Stellar roadmaps, because I'm not really sure where else they would... I mean, I don't see a whole lot of people building Whisperer attack teams other than for Stellar roadmaps. That's about it. I mean, not bad, but it could have its uses, but not... I'm not jumping up and down for joy. I'll just say that. It is whatever. Let's get to the mythic abilities. Agility, 20% increase in basic attack damage. Yep, as you should be with all your damage dealers, agility definitely needs to be leveled up. Absolutely. Serious focus. At the start of each turn, 50% chance this fighter and a teammate get focus for 2 turns and Guardian Shield. Here's... it's only for a 50% chance, but it's at the start of each turn that this fighter and a teammate would get focus for 2 turns and Guardian Shield. I mean, you might be able to get away with that, but I wouldn't. If you have Hush, for example, he will instantly give all Whisperer teammates Guardian Shields with his active skill or his signature move, right? So you might not have to totally rely on Mew. Man, his or her name has got me just so tongue-tied. But anyway, I mean, serious focus could be good, but I mean, if you have Hush, I wouldn't be seriously reliant on serious focus. So it depends. I don't know. Abandoned Hope. At the start of each turn, 90% chance to remove Halo from 2 enemies. So this is going to be actually quite good because, for example, you might come up against a really difficult road map or a Stellar road map, for example, that might have Davy on it. Like it says, at the start of each turn, you're pretty much almost going to have 100% chance to remove Halo from 2 enemies. So that one I would actually recommend leveling up and upgrading, right? That way, you know, depending on... I would imagine Mew is probably going to be a promo. And I'll show you why when we get done, right? But Abandon Hope, a 90% chance to remove Halo from 2 enemies every turn. You would be a fool not to level that one up, because Halo is a big problem and it is OP AF. Absolutely. So that one is a really good one. Prone to Violence, 30% more attack and defense from aggro specialist skill activations. I mean, again, I probably would go ahead and level that one up, because as we know, Mew's active skill, or specialist skill, I should say, their specialist skill is aggro, and yeah, you potentially are going to be doing, depending on if you go defensive or offensive, which I think most people would probably go offensive, you know, you're going to be doing more damage that way, and that potentially could be a really good thing. So let's talk about the, let's go to the specialist skill. Aggro. This fighter gets 30% attack and defense at the beginning of each turn if it was not directly targeted by a successful attack or ability in the previous turn. Bonuses given this way stack with each other, and other bonuses reset on a new wave of combat. So yeah, in my experience, aggro really hasn't been too much of a bother, but I don't know, maybe potentially with Mew it could be something. There could be something there, but not really. I mean, aggro really hasn't been a big issue for me, so I'm not totally worried about it or nothing like that. But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see if aggro potentially might do something with Mew or not. So, as you can see, Mew has a default knife, so you can pretty much put whatever you want into their hands. Now, I don't know, you guys let me know, do you think Mew is a dude or a lady? Because I'm going to be honest, I have no freaking idea. I really don't. That's why I wasn't referring to Mew as a him or her. I wasn't trying to. That's why I was just saying they, because I really don't know. But I don't know. I like the look of Mew. Of course, they are a part of the Creepy Whisperers, along with Beta and Alpha, and let's see, you have Silent Charlie, Hush, Lydia for a short while. You have Skins. Who else? It's a bunch of them. There's probably one called Gamma, or I think. I'm not really sure. That could be from the comics. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So I didn't even talk about it. So for Anniversary Sophia, you can get all 5 copies of her for 30 anniversary tickets apiece, and for Mew, you can get him or her for 150 anniversary tickets, and you can only get 1 copy. That's why I'm saying Mew is probably going to be a promo tune, because based off of there's only 1 copy available for that particular character. Next up, let's finally get to the other goodies. First up, we have the Savage Anniversary Lucille. 45% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, infect on hit when attacking, 60% chance to apply 50% infection to the enemy for 2 turns, heal reduction on hit when attacking your target, and one other enemy gets 100% heal reduction for 1 turn. Okay, so I mean, I like the look of the weapon. It's got the 9 on Lucille. 45% attack. Okay, great. Huge bonus to AP when attacking. Okay, great. Infect on hit. I mean, that's not too bad. A 60% chance to apply 50% infection to the enemy for 2 turns. Again, heal reduction on hit when attacking your target, and one other enemy gets heal reduction, gets 100% heal reduction, but that heal reduction, here's the potentially negative about this. That heal reduction is only going to be for 1 turn. It sucks that it's not for 2 turns to line up with the infection pretty good. So in that 1 turn that the heal reduction is not there, that tune potentially could be getting healed, and see, that's where the bad of it comes in at. So it is kind of interesting, but it's not going to get you quick victories in raids or wars or anything like that. But if you're wanting to build some sort of support attacking toon or a support attacking team, it could work, but it's definitely not going to be quick. I don't know, we'll have to see. And you can have the anniversary Lucille for 150 anniversary tickets. Next up, we have the Valor Dragon Short Sword. 40% HP, 40% defense, improved absolute defense plus slow. When being attacked, a 60% chance to reduce the damage to 0 and apply a 20% slow to the attacker for their next turn. Group Halo. At the start of each wave, all teammates get 25% Halo for 1 turn. I will say this is immediately better than the last weapon just because it is very defensive. Plus, there's tons of fast defensive toons that you can easily put this weapon into their hands and it'll work. Absolutely. You have 40% HP, 40 defense. You can't go wrong with leveling up either one, no matter which way you want to go. Improved absolute defense and slow, so there's a 60% chance to reduce the damage to 0, plus apply a 20% slow to the attacker for their next turn. So, and then all the teammates will get 25% Halo for 1 turn. And we know, my God, we know how annoying that is on Davy teams. Imagine a non-Davy team with that. Instantly, that's already a better weapon than the anniversary Lucille. And you can get that one. You can get the Valor Dragon Short Sword for 100 anniversary tokens, and I believe that was a War of Champions weapon in the past, so that's very interesting that it seems like they are releasing these weapons of the previous War of Champions weapons, so that's, that's kind of interesting. So we're gonna go on to the next one. We have the Eternal Origins Dragon, Eternal Origins Dual Dragon Cannons. 45% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, improved double attack plus crit up. When attacking, 60% chance to make a second attack with 175% attack and get 40 crit for 2 turns. Improved 1535. Give 25% attack and 35 crit to this fighter and all adjacent teammates. So basically this is just a attacking weapon, 45% attack, great, lovely. Huge bonus to AP when attacking, that's also great. Improved double attack plus crit up. When attacking, 60% chance to make a second attack with 175% attack, and you will get 40 crit for 2 turns, plus improved 1535, 25% attack, and 35 crit to this fighter and all adjacent teammates. There's really nothing to say here other than if you want a crit-based attacking weapon, this would be a really good one to go with. And you can get this weapon for 100 anniversary tickets. Next up, we have the Walker's War of Champions Season 4 Dragon Sword. 40% HP, 40% defense, improved absolute defense. When being attacked, a 60% chance to reduce the damage to 0. strong healing. At the start of each turn, 2 teammates heal 10% of their max HP for each strong teammate. Excuse me, I have to take a sip of this. I've just been talking so much. This was a lot to go through. Hold on. Okay. Now, this is a very defensive weapon. 40% HP, 40% defense. Nice. It doesn't matter which way you go. You can't go wrong with either way. Improved absolute defense. When being attacked, a 60% chance to reduce the damage to 0. Great. And then strong healing. So you pretty much are going to be a medic without actually being a medic. Which, great. That's cool. I actually like the look of this weapon. And this is another War of Champions weapon from the previous. And you can get that weapon for 100 anniversary tickets. Next up, we have Stellar Gear, which you have the heavy gloves, the combat, wait a minute, what's it called? The combat pouch, the knee guards, and the supply bag, which they definitely are needed, especially after you get done leveling up tunes, like specifically Gold Mythic tunes. After you get done leveling up the Gold Mythic tunes to 100, once you hit a 1,440, you're going to need that gear to level them up a little bit further, which I'm not saying level up every tune, but only tunes that you think are going to help you. Like, for example, I've used the Captain Trainers and the Stellar Gear on Eva and Ghost, They Who Wonder, Chance the Traitor, Forsaken Michonne, because I use the Lone Wolves tunes a lot. So I've put those trainers and gear into those certain tunes. Now, Scopely, they want you to level up the Whisperers and the Telltale and Saviors. That's what they want. But you have total freedom. So, picking up the Stellar Gear boxes won't be a bad idea. So, you can get 2 of them for 50 anniversary tickets apiece. Next up, we have some Paragon mods, so let's see what they are. First up, we have Exhaust Resist Paragon mod, which potentially that could be a really good one, because I believe Dr. Denise, she dishes out exhaust, I believe, in her kit, so potentially it might be her leader skill. I know she has exhaust somewhere in her kit, but honestly, that's probably going to be a really good one to have if you don't have it. And for that Paragon mod, you can get 2 of them for 40 anniversary tickets apiece. Next up, we have Attack While Taunt Paragon mod. I mean, potentially it is going to be really good. I guess, what does that mean? You're going to do more damage? Add to fight. Okay, yeah, so I'm assuming that means that you would do more damage even though you're taunted. But yeah, that one could be a very interesting one to have. And again, you can have 2 of them for 40 anniversary tickets. Next up, we have Attack versus Fast Paragon mod. Obviously, if you're having trouble against fast tunes and you want to do a little bit more extra damage to them, or if you just simply want to do more extra damage than you're already doing, this is going to be a pretty good pickup. I probably would go ahead and pick it up. You never know when you might need to do a little bit more extra damage to a fast tune. You never know. And you can pick up 2 of them for 40 anniversary tickets apiece. Next up, we have Attack Paragon mod on the Attack set. So, obviously, it's no-brainer. This is probably one of the best ones of this out of the 4. and you can get 2 of them for 40 anniversary tickets apiece. Next up, we're going to the second part of the of the gray market, as we don't normally have 2 parts to go over. So there's the anniversary Lucille. Let me just make sure it's the same. Yeah, it's the exact same. No need to go over it. But this time, instead of instead of tickets, we would be spending the badges. So again, you can get the anniversary Lucille for 3,000 badges. Depends. We'll see. Next up, we have the Walker's Savage War of Champions Season 3 Revolver. 35% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, attack up versus debilitating. When attacking an enemy with a debilitating effect, gain 50% attack. 1535, give 15% attack and 35 crit to this fighter and all adjacent teammates. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see anything spectacular about this War of Champions weapon. I mean, I like the look of it, but you gotta have a good weapon other than a weapon looking good. I don't know. Attack up versus debilitating. When attacking an enemy with a debilitating effect, gain 50% attack. I mean, this might be okay, but like, so far the other weapons, as far as the War of Champion weapons, have been better so far, in my opinion. This has probably been the weakest one so far. But if you want to get it, you can get it for 1,750 anniversary badges. Next up, we have Maggie and Glenn's Scout Firing Knife. 40% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, improved stronger attack, plus burn. When attacking, a 60% chance to attack with the stronger trait against the enemy and deal 9% of this fighter's attack stat in burn damage for 2 turns. Improved pain spread. When attacking, spread one negative status to an adjacent enemy for 2 turns. Does not include infection. Well, of course it doesn't, because that would make the weapon too OP in their eyes, but okay. 40% attack, that's not bad, pretty good. Huge bonus to AP when attacking, good, pretty good. Okay, improved stronger attack plus burn, so you have a 60% chance to attack with the stronger trait against the enemy, plus you're going to be dealing 9% of this fighter's attack stat in burn damage for 2 turns. Potentially, if you want to be burning if you want to be burning an enemy team, and depending on who you put the weapon on, it could be a really good weapon. So, again, it depends on who you put it on. Plus, you have improved pain spread. When attacking, spread one negative status to an adjacent enemy for 2 turns. So, that could go from anything to burn, bleed, confuse, stun, impair, maybe heal reduction. I mean, this is not a terrible weapon, but I don't feel like you can just put it on anyone. It has to go on the right tune, and I honestly just don't know who that right tune is right now. But if you want Maggie and Glenn Scouting Firing Knife, you can... Excuse me. If you want Maggie and Glenn Scout Firing Knife, you can have it for 1,750 anniversary badges. Next up, we have Winter Marcus's Savage Universal Spanner. 40% attack, huge bonus to AP when attacking, improved bonus HP plus AP. All teammates receive 10% AP and 25% bonus HP at the start of each wave. Improved ransack. Attack, steal 3 positive effects from the enemy you hit. Okay, so 40% attack, that's nice. Huge bonus to AP when attacking, great. Then you have improved bonus HP plus AP. All teammates will receive 10% AP and 25% bonus HP. And then, obviously, probably the best part of the weapon, improved ransack. So there you go. If you don't have a really decent ransack weapon, I probably would recommend going for this weapon. I actually don't have this weapon, believe it or not. I know a lot of people probably have this weapon already. I'm probably a part of that 1% that just never got this weapon. Yep, as crazy as that sounds, I don't have this weapon. So, I might even think about potentially going for this weapon, maybe. Just because that ransack, improved ransack is going to be, it's going to be pretty good. And if you don't have this weapon, or if you just want to pick up another one of these weapons, you can get this weapon for 1,750 anniversary badges. Next up, we have the Ultra Bag. So you have 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000 Ultra Rare Mythic tokens. So obviously the odds are pretty crap for 100,000. So they're lying. They should just go ahead and say 100 for 1,000, 100% or 99%. That would be more realistic. Instead of giving new players false hope, you know, just stop. Just like with the 1,000, put it at 99%. The 10,000, like 0.1 or 0.5, whatever. And then 100,000, you might as well just say 0.00 whatever, right? Be honest, but if you want to get this Ultra Bag, you can have 5 of them for 500 anniversary badges apiece. Next up, we have the Advanced Bag. Same deal, except it's different tokens, and the same odds are still as crappy as they were before. But if you want to get that, if you want to get those bags, you can get 5 of them for 350 anniversary badges. Now, next up, we have the Ultra Mythic tokens by themselves, and you can get 10 of them. So essentially, you can get 10,000 guaranteed for 200 anniversary badges. And the same deal with the Advanced Mythic tokens. You can essentially get 10,000 of those tokens for 100 anniversary badges. And look at this. They have the gall. They have the absolute nerve to actually put arena tokens in here. My God. But if you want to get those anniversary tokens, I mean, not the anniversary tokens, my God. If you want to get the arena tokens, it's only 25. It's not exactly a whole lot. I mean, I probably would personally avoid them because it's nowhere near enough to even do a single pull. Like, no, you can't even do a single pull if you got all 8 of them. That's really bad value. But if you want to get them, you can get 8 of them for 150 anniversary badges. If you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. Next up, we have an attack set mod. So we have, a mystery mod. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Give me a drum roll. If you want to feel like you're in a casino and you want to gamble with a mystery Paragon mod, you may do so. I'm going to avoid it like the plague with rats myself. But if you want to be the gambler and feel like you want to go to a casino without actually going to the casino, here you go. There are players out there that will do this. I'm not one of them. I would much rather avoid it like the plague with rats and ringworm, but you go ahead if you want to. But the option is there. One of them for 450 anniversary badges. Next up, we have a crit set mod. Oh boy, another mystery. Again, if you want to go for the casino route and be a gambler, have at it. You can get one of them for the same price of 450 badges. Let me guess. Ba-da-ba-da. It's going to be a mystery casino, right? Yeah, of course it is. Again, if you want to gamble with the defensive mod and be a casino gambler, sure, why not? You can get one of each for 450. And of course, this is not going to be a surprise. Oh man, it's going to severely lower your odds at another trip to the casino. You're most likely going to get bankrupt, and you're most likely heading for a divorce, and you're going to lose your home, you're going to lose your vehicle, all kinds of bad stuff. But if you want to go down that road, you may, once again, for the same price of 450 anniversary badges. Next up, we have something a little bit safer than going to the casino. We have the gear metal bags. They are obviously needed. The gold gear medals, which, I mean, I know 25 is going to suck to get, but getting 25 is going to be better than getting 0, but you can definitely get 1,000. It's definitely achievable, although the odds are very bad, but I've gotten 1,000 out of here once or twice, believe it or not, so I usually get bad luck. But if I can, you can definitely one day potentially get 1,000 out of here. It's possible. It's hard, but it's definitely possible. And you can get 10 of them for 150 anniversary badges. I've never said the word anniversary and badges so much in one video until right now. Next up, we have gear medals. So you got the gold gear medals, the bronze gear medals, the silver gear medals, and the steel gear medals. And you can have 10 of them for 100 anniversary badges. And finally, as we get through with the gray market, we have weapon parts. So that's going to be the spray paint, the polishing kit, super glue, and duct tape. Those are very much needed items for the armory. And you can get 10 of them for 50 anniversary badges. Whew, we got through that gray market. So let's kind of quickly go through. So, as you can see here, we have the inflate the balloons missions. So, you have to win 100 raid battles. So, total, you have to win 3,000 raid battles as a faction. Next up, Survival Road, the dreaded Survival Road. You have to win a total of 1,000 Survival Road stages as a faction, which there is a SR tournament currently happening right now, so. Oh, buddy, my favorite. No, I'm just kidding. No, I hate FA. I do not like FA. Faction Assault, that is. Personally, it's something I would have removed from the game, but it is what it is. But you can do it anytime, so you have to do a total of 40 Faction Assault energy. You have to use 40 Faction Assault energy. So as you can see, I've already used 8, and for completing all of those submissions, you will get the anniversary boxes. Next up, we have, let's see, we have the Anniversary Sophia Level Up Challenge. Not really going to go into it, because you got to level her up, add her to your roster. You get the tickets and the badges, and then like you have to level up the mythic abilities. It's all listed there. not very hard at all to find. Then you have the 9th anniversary celebration, which that's for, you know, you get rewards for collecting the boxes. So all that is down here. Okay. And then you have the 9th anniversary trivia missions, which they are a pain in the ass sometimes. So it's in your nerve, so you have to use the oh crap, I've done completed it. So how strong are you? That's for defeating a certain amount of strong enemies and bursting energy. You have to use let's go to the workshop and I will actually show you guys. So the nerve, it's in your nerves. You have to use the nerve gas vials. That's what it is. I've already done it, so this one right here. You have to use a certain number of them and you complete it. Now for bursting energy, you have to use energy burst. Like you have to use 30 of them. I've already used 10 of them, which I will be able to complete it in a couple of days. But, I mean, I'm in no hurry to get that done. And, this was, it was a lot to go through because usually with a month-long event, there's only one section of the gray market to cover. No. We had two sections of that gray market to cover. So, you know, that's pretty much all I got for you guys for today. What are your thoughts on Anniversary Sophia, and are you going to be going for her? And what do you think about her new specialist skill? And are you potentially going to be going for Gold Mythic Mew? It's only one copy, so if you maybe are, I would wait to see when Mew is going to be a promo tune. And you know, if you're going to go for any of the War of Champions weapons, which of those weapons are you going to go for? Or are you going to go for the Anniversary Lucille? And are you going to go for any of the Paragon mods or the gear bags or whatever you're going to go for in the gray market? Feel free to let me know all of that down below. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support, or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Buck Beak and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.